Birds of Prey issue 14, the beginning of Birds of Prey's Orient, which is meant to be a new start for new viewers and new readers, and but it's a weird balancing act because it's not issue one where it's like issue one clearly you can start here. When it comes to Birds of Prey and all the other titles, it's all basically issue this case issue 14. So you have to have this weird balancing act going on, which is okay. You need to treat it as an issue one, but also treat it as an issue 14 because there's people out there who read the first 13 issues and they don't. But you have to tell people enough who didn't read the first 13 issues to know what's happening, who's on the team, what the personality is like, and so forth and so forth. And what the Y decided to do is that pick a very simple plot. Okay, waiting for a meeting. That Sansa Cain walks into an office, believing she has a morning meeting, but the people who are running the meeting are behind. So she's like, oh, okay, well, at noon, no later than noon. I'll show up some point at noon. And because of that, we get a sense of plot. What is the mission? Okay, turns out there was a attack towards the Amazons, and there's a bunch of Amazons have gone missing, and the Birds of Prey are trying to find what happened to those Amazons, and they believe this organization has kidnapped and captured and doing God knows what with them. And if it is like, hey, let's figure out how we can get the beauty and make beauty products out of them or whatever, or torture them or Fight Club thing or whatever it is, and find who they are, find the missing Amazons. So you have enough plot to find out, okay, this is what's going on, give you enough plot to tell non people who haven't read DC for a bit, or at least main continuity for a bit, and realize, okay, that's what's happening. Then you have characters, realize, okay, these are the characters' personalities, this is what you have. Like, you got some, you got Black Canary, Oracle, so you got Diane Lance and Barbara Gordon. You also got like Barb, who was part of Darkseid's Fable, was it Fable Fury? And then she's ex Amazon, and she's an Amazon who works for Darkseid, and so she has this warrior aspect of things. And you got a couple, and plus you got a couple other Amazons who are just there, who are just like, clearly you just joined for the Y. These are brand new characters, which of course brand new characters. It goes taking a while to remember. Okay, this is what the characters' names are, but it's enough to establish the personalities of the team. It is kind of a weird thing. It is basically that balance of, this is the story, but not feeling like here's a new arc that doesn't feel like the second book. It feels like a first book that had some other stuff mentioned. So it kind of gives you enough information going on. Now, do I feel maybe it's a little bit too information dump? Yeah, I think it's a little bit too much information dump. But it's like, what do you do, guys? What do you do? Do you just pretend that the first 13 issues never happened, but then people who read the first 13 issues will be like, but then what's the point? What's the point of the story? I've been invested so much, and now we stop. So you got that. The dynamic is nice and all that, but it truly by issue 15 you were like, okay, now the all of the pickups, all the background knowledge stuff is done. Now we can pick up the story, and it's kind of interesting for me. It's like, Barbara Gordon's now still is Oracle again, which is quite interesting. But Mike is out, not in the wheelchair, so that's interesting that she just gave up to be Batgirl and become Oracle again. So that's kind of interesting. It could be an interesting thing of like people miss Barbara Gordon's Oracle. So it's like for a lot of people, it's like who's Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, who's Oracle, Barbara Gordon. Like it's that classic. I always say DC, the state of a comic book industry is whoever's childhood it was. So you know the reason Jon Stewart is the Green Lantern now is because people who's running DC grew up on the animated show, the Justice League animated show. Same with Wally. Why is Wally West is the Flash? Simple. People grew up on the animated stuff, and for them that's the Flash. It's not who's this Barry Allen, who's this Hal Jordan, and it could be a situation where Barbara Gordon is back. What is this? What is this nonsense? So anyway, I would say it's good, not great, but it's good. It's just like okay, a little bit of plot, just shoving all the information in, not shoving, but that's a bad word, but just giving enough information, but you could tell, okay, 15, the plot is going to move forward.